Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Terrence here with fishnetproductions.com. Got a quick tip for you today on parallel processing. Now, you may be familiar with parallel processing in the form of parallel compression, thus the name parallel compression. But I want to show you a different method of parallel processing because parallel processing doesn't only have to deal with compression. It can be done in several different ways, and I'll show you a little trick to what I'm doing here. Now, I have a recording here that I'm mixing for a client. I just got sent the stems from this recording, and it's a church recording. So what happened was a lot of the instruments wasn't really recorded that well. I mean, this is really just for a demo. But what's happening is I only have on my drums here, I only have a kick and a snare that's separated, and then I have two overhead channels, and that's all I have on my drums. So because of that and some other things, some miking techniques that were used, I believe this kick drum mic was simply just sat inside the kick drum on a pillow, basically with no sort of purpose. So it wasn't getting a lot of beat or click, or it wasn't placed strategically or anything like that. So this kick drum is kind of giving me problems. So I'll let you hear, there's a lot of bleed going on in these drums, but I'll let you hear what I have in these drums, and I'll come back and tell you what the problem is and show you how I'm going to fix it. So have a listen to this. Okay, so you hear nothing really special going on with the drums here. Everything is kind of bleeding really heavy from all of the other instruments that was going on it's bleeding in these two overhead channels here. But the problem that I'm getting is from this kick drum. So have a listen to this kick drum. It's very dry, very dull because of the way it was mic'd. It wasn't strategically placed. So it has a really low, boomy kind of thud kind of sound to it that I particularly do not like in kick drum sound. So listen to this kick drum track as is, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do to fix it. So as you can hear, there is nothing impressive about this kick drum at all. It's not the way I would like a kick drum to sound when I get it on the track. It's missing a lot of high end and that beater click, and that's really what I'm missing from this kick drum. And because of that, it's having trouble coming through on the mix. So I'm not able to hear the kick drum when I have the rest of the mix in. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a copy of this kick drum track. So I have two of the same tracks here, and I'm going to pull up an EQ on one. Now these are the EQ settings I have on here. So I'll let you hear what this sounds like. I did some upper end boost in about 8K on a shelf, and then here on a curve at about 6K, and then just the normal around 55-60 hertz, gave some boost there, and then cut some around 250 270 or something like that. So I'll engage this and let you hear what it sounds like. Okay, definitely a better sounding kick drum, but it's still not giving me what I want as far as being able to cut through the mix on the low end. And I'm getting up in this 6 dB range of boost in these high areas, and this is, in my opinion, this is quite a bit of boost, and I don't want to boost this all the way up to like 15 or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is, again, I've made a copy of this kick drum track. I'm going to bring up the other EQ on here. And what I'm going to do, and this is the parallel processing. So check this out. What I'm gonna aim to do is get all my high end out of this track here. So I'm gonna turn the EQ down on here, turn it down on there, turn it down here, same thing here. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna let me reset this EQ here altogether. So from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna high pass all of the low end on this track, on this copy of the kick drum track. I'm gonna let you hear what that sounds like. Probably all the way up to about here, and I'm just going to shoot to get nothing but high end out of this track. So I'm going to give it a little boost around this 8, well, maybe 7K or something right there. Give it a little boost, give it that 7 to 8 dB boost. Same thing here in the normal range of where you would boost a kick drum around 5K or so. I'm going to give it Again, about 6K of boost here. So on this track, I shouldn't have any low end at all. It should be only beater click that I'm getting because I'm high passed here. So check it out. Let me let you hear what that sounds like. All right, pretty weird sounding, right, for a kick drum. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this copy of this kick drum track and we're going to blend it in with this regular kick drum here. So this, all my beater click will be coming from this copy here, and then I'll get the rest of my low end from this part of the kick drum here. So check this out. I have this engaged now, and I'm going to, matter of fact, let me disengage this EQ here so you can just hear what this regular kick drum sounds like with this channel here blended in. All right, check this out. All right, now what's cool about this is all I have to do is, you know, if I need more high end out of this track, I don't have to go boost any more EQ. I can literally just turn the volume up here of this track. So check this out. If I need a little bit more high end, check this out. Really cool, right? And I didn't do any sort of major EQing here. Again, just, and matter of fact, I had the EQ disengaged on this track. So matter of fact, let me let you hear that with just the low end boost that I have here and then this low mid cut. So I'll engage this EQ so you can hear them both together, so you can hear what the kick drum is doing overall. Check it out. All right, just a really simple way to get some high-end boost out of that kick drum. Now again, this parallel processing trick can work a ton of different ways. I mean, you could do the opposite if you have a kick drum or any instrument or something like that that you're looking to get even some low end in there. You could do the same trick, just make a copy of it, boost that low end, cut all of the high end out of one of the tracks, and then boost the low end of the other track, so that way you'll have your kind of sub frequencies down there, and then you can blend it in with the other track that has more beater click in it, and you'll have a pretty dynamic sounding or a dynamic range, frequency ranged kick drum. Now the way I've done this kick drum here, all I have to do again is just adjust the volume of this, of the beater click on this track, and I can make it cut through the mix how much I want to, and I can back it off without having to adjust the EQ at all. So it's a really cool trick, and again, it can work on any instrument. It can do whatever you need to do. If you need to add something to an instrument or something like that, this is a really good trick for you to use. All right, guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you got something out of this tip. I hope it's something that you can apply if you're having some troubles like this, that you need to fix some things in your mix and you need to apply some things like this. You can use this parallel processing tip to get to whatever end you're trying to get to. So listen, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. That way you'll get the notifications of when I'm putting these videos out. I'm going to be putting quite a few more videos out with some tips and stuff very soon, and you don't want to miss those. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button up at the top right hand corner, and until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.